Test, test.
Hey, good
test,
afternoon, everyone.
test.
Here, I'm gonna show a quick video on how to copy over some ISO files to your SAS drives on your Hyper-V server called Headless. So that way you can start building up your images on Hyper-V. Of course, this is a home lab. So all this is I'm running a Hyper-V server 2016 cordless, which Microsoft provides for free for your lab. This is the one that has very there's no GUI. So let's get started. So you want to make sure you log into your vCenter, right, or your server. At this point, you should be an admin. You should have everything set up. So let's go ahead and start doing 1, 2, and 3. Log in to the server. Bring up the command line. Once you're on the command line, you want to switch over to PowerShell, and then we'll connect. My drive is already on the actual server. I'm not in front of the server. I'm remoting into it. You can do it. You can console into the server, but you got to be where the physical server is. Like for my case, it's a home lab, so I have it in my garage. Is running off of in a little small rack. But in normal companies, you have it either you'll be on the server or on the data center, but normally remote. All right, let's get started. So let me log in. Pretty easy login. You gotta remember you don't log into your server a lot, so you gotta remember you know your passwords and how you and of course you're gonna go in direct to the configuration. At this point, everything is set up. I'm already set up. I'm gonna RAID. I got 5 drives. I have 5 drives. 2 are RAID 1, backing up my OS, and 3 are RAID 5. My data, backing up redundancy and fault tolerance and all the good stuff. So let's go ahead and log in. So we logged in. Here, if you see the console, the core console, this is all you see. So you will switch over to 14. You see here, exit to command line. Once you're on the command line, it's gonna look something like this. Of course, let's go to PowerShell now, because we want to do everything in PowerShell. Okay, so we're there. So let's read up. We're up to 2, 3. Connect the USB. At this point, all your USB drive should be connected directly to the server. So now let's go to 4. Identify your drive, right? Let me bring it up a little bit more. So let's go into. Let me go back home. Do it clean. So let's get. There's a couple ways you can view your drives, and you can identify where your USB drive is at. So you can do Get-PSDrive or PS provider, or so let's do Get-PSDrive. Here we go. So let's read what I have here in my server. Your server was going to look different. So you can see like A, C, D, E. F is actually I already know the size of my drive. It's a 14 gig. I have two ISOs right now, Windows 10 and Windows and Linux. So let's go into it now. Or let's go down the line. I don't want to get distracted here. So we just did 4, identified the drives. We know that like C is my OS. So F. So normally RAIDs, the drives, the lettering, it gets configured once you configure your server on the controller side. The USB drive usually appears in F, and then your SAS drives are on A or other letters like that, depending on the configuration. So mine for sure is, I already know mine is A. That's where I have my. I already copied over those files anyway. But I have this free, but I'm building it up. This is my new server. So let's go ahead. 5, copy over the file. So just before that, let me go into it. So I know that it's on F because it's a 14 gigs. That's how you're gonna identify right away. Or if you labeled it, I didn't label mine. So let's go to F. Right there. Here it goes. Windows 10 ISO and Windows 11. So I have both because I want to put the. I'm building up my Hyper-V with. I already have the 2 domain controllers, so I need some clients. I have 2 Linux clients, and I'm gonna put these 2. So let's go back to C. I don't have anything on C, but let's clear this out. So the command, I'm going to use copy item. There's other commands you can use, but here's the path, copy item path, and then the source. And like in my case, this is my example right here. My case is going to be F. We just went through F. That's where I have my USB, my ISOs. And I'm going to dump it into A, which is with that drive that I have a lot. I already created you can create uh, drive, a subfolder if you would need to at the moment, but it all depends on you. It all depends on how you have it set up. So, like for example, here I have ISO, so make directory ISO 2.1. So I already have to see that, but I'm not going to put anything on ISO 1. I'm just doing it as an example. So let's go into uh, ISO. Back command line. Come on, fat fingers. Here we go. So this is when I already dumped this in already. So, but I'm showing you guys. So let's clear this out. Let's not get confused here. So let's go back to now we're in the examples. I showed you the examples. So let's copy over. This is the path, right? This is the path, and this is my example. My example is copy item EF. Here goes a wild card because that's everything in there, and it's really fast. It's not. It doesn't take too long. This is like what, like 10 gig uh, that I'm copying over. So it took me like maybe like 5-6 minutes. So this is copy item, and then recursos is you want to get everything, all the subfolders. I just always dump it in there, even though I know that it's there's no subfolders, they're just ISOs. But look, copy item path F. You don't have to be on the actual letter, but because you're already telling the path. Here's the path. The destination is going to be ISO. This is the most important thing. You have to identify where it's what. So you can be an F if you want to, because that's where I have my ISOs. That's where we mentioned. That's where it's showing, and then so A. So we'll copy them. They're gonna get them right there as soon as I hit this key. As soon as I hit this, I didn't run it. That's why it didn't cache in. I didn't run the command. As soon as you run the command, it caches in, and you can use it. You don't have to. It doesn't clear it unless if you clear it. So verify the copy after, right? Check. Here's a ISO. I already checked that. That was already successfully done for me. And then at the end, quick tip, you can test the path. Here's a command. Hopefully this gets starters up and going with their lab, and and once you get going, then you can start building your own domain controller users and stuff like that. Hopefully this helped everybody. I'm gonna exit out. Quick tip. Let me show you guys. So when you guys are in Like you guys can see the other one got lost somewhere. You can always just bring it back up. And if you're in PowerShell and you lose your config, a lot of times people do. You just S config takes you back to the main one. All right. Hopefully this helps. Have a good night. Bye bye.